Hello everybody, I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. If you're watching this video, I just want to address some things. First of all, I'm sorry if I look extremely exhausted. I am. Second of all, apologize if I look a little rough. I'm trying to grow my facial hair out so I can kind of like just trim it up the way I want it. So bear with me on this. And the last thing I want to talk about is I would really appreciate if you check out my most recent video about the PlayStation Vita. For my channel, for my standards, it is doing well, and that means the world to me. So I'd really appreciate the support on this video and my most recent one. But today I want to talk about the whole Jeffrey Epstein stuff, the files, the emails, the flight logs, all of this stuff, and the corruption, greed, and most importantly, the fact that nothing is happening with all of this. What blows my mind is the fact that there are plenty of evidence in these emails, in the flight logs, in pictures, in videos of the bizarre, weird, and most importantly, disgusting things that has happened on that island and with really strong, rich figures in this world. And nothing has happened to them, and nothing probably will happen to them. The fact that nothing has happened yet does not give me hope. Any of us watching this video, us, I would say normal people to society, us regular people, if I or you get a speeding ticket, we have to appear to court for this. That is bonkers, bro. I would have to go to court for a speeding ticket. Yet these people there's plenty of proof of people who have visited the island, who have been on the flight logs. We all know what happened on the island. It's disgusting. There are people out there who are living free. God forbid, bro. Bill Gates of all people and all of the stuff that's being released to the public. He in these documents was trying to attempt to drug his wife with STD pills because he obtained an STD himself. Bro, if I drugged my fiance and if she called the cops on me, I would face serious consequences. If I kidnapped the children and did anything harmful to a child, I would be facing serious prison times, as many people are. Thankfully, if you are a child toucher, I hope to God you rot in hell and you have a very horrible death. It is disgusting. We should protect children, and these children, women, are not being protected at all. And there is no justice for these people, and it makes me absolutely sick to my stomach. The fact that all this power and money causes corruption is insane. It's insane. Now, I don't want to be a political channel. I think many people watching this, based off my looks, would probably be pretty surprised on my political views, but I'm not talking about that, nor do I want to. But the fact that our president of the United States has had some kind of connections, has supposedly had relations with some of these women, potentially children, is mind boggling. I would feel the same way if it was Barack Obama. I would feel the same way if it was J.D. Vance, if he was president, John McCain, God forbid, Hillary Clinton. I would feel the same way about anyone who is in that high of power and authority, especially of a country. I think it is absurd. I think what makes me feel the most sick too is it's hard to believe what's real and what's not. One thing I think everyone should consider, and this is not to be wearing a tinfoil hat, I'm not trying to be an extreme conspiracy theorist, but the stuff that they have released to the public, imagine the stuff that they have not released. One of the things that I find really weird is with all of these emails that have been being released to the public, a lot of the people that these emails have sent to have been redacted or blacked out, whatever you want to say. Why? Who are they protecting, and why are they protecting these people? Is it out of fear, greed, money, power? Is it all of the above? I think it is. Now, don't get me wrong. If I knew something sketchy was going down and the person knew me, I don't get me wrong. I would probably fear for my and my family's life too. But at the same time, these people do deserve justice, and these people do need to be brought down, because us normal people would be in serious trouble if we were caught and exposed being in these kind of operations. Like I am not, one of those guys. I'm not like a hippie. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not like necessarily pro weed or anything like that. But there are people doing time for us, in my opinion, a very basic, common, and I don't even want to call it a drug, but marijuana, THC, there are people facing time for this. I feel like that is a petty crime. There are people who are in jail for petty crimes. And yet people like Bill Gates, are just walking this world free, carefree too. And no one really talks about this. And I feel like no one is speaking up, and most importantly, no one's really doing anything about it. And I don't understand why. Our country, the United States, has always protested anything in this world. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to say there's right or wrong to protest. People have the right to protest. People have the right to speak their mind. I'm a firm believer on that. But I feel like we are not protesting to things, not speaking up about the things that are important, like bringing down these corrupt celebrities, politicians, political leaders, all of this stuff. The fact that there have been people proven on these flight logs that have been visited the island multiple times. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't know how I feel about that. Just because you visited the island, I don't think necessarily means that you were involved in this kind of stuff. But at the same time, you visiting the island, I'm sure they've seen something sketchy. I'm sure these people have seen something out of weird, out of shape, and they have never spoken up about this. Doesn't give me hope. And the fact that some of these emails, they talk about like legit torturing women and children, the fact that there are pictures of people with women and children makes me sick. Just because there's a picture with a man and a child does not necessarily mean that some weird stuff went down. But I mean, come on, like, what are the odds here? I think we, the people, need to stand up and start speaking about this and protesting this stuff. Why do we not bring down all of these corrupt people? And what makes me scared the most, not scared, but what worries me the most about all of this stuff is this is just what being released to the public. Imagine the stuff that is not being released to the public. Imagine the stuff that is being swept under the rug, the stuff that we do not know about. And not only that, Jeffrey Epstein was one person. Imagine how many more people out there that are like this. Imagine how many more little like islands. Imagine how many other secluded, hidden places that this stuff is happening to. Because it wasn't just him. This shit makes me sick to my stomach. The fact that nothing is happening. If I went to work and I stole a goddamn wrench, I would get punished. Yet celebrities, politicians, just rich people in general, nothing's happening to these people. Nothing. These people are walking this world free without a care in the world. Oh, their names in the headlines, boo-hoo. What happens to these people? Nothing happens, and I don't understand it. I just do not understand why we are allowing this to happen. Yes, I feel like we cannot do a whole lot to stop it, but at least we can speak up about it. We should protest about this. This is stuff that I feel like is really important, not just for America, but for the world, because stuff like this happens all over the world, and it is absolutely disgusting. All of this stuff makes me sick to my stomach. It shows the power of money. It shows the power of greed. And it shows the fact that if you do have money, if you do have fame, if you do have, just power in general. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. It just shows that if you know the right people and if people are fearful of you, you can get away with about anything. And that goes for anything in general in the world. Think about how many celebrities, how many actors, athletes. Think about how many people in the world who have money get away with almost anything. It is absurd how much people value money and how far money gets you. Look at any person, any celebrity, any rich person in the world who gets away with a lot of stuff. Yeah, they might go to court. And then next thing you know, it was settled, and no one knows anything about it. How much stuff gets swept under the rug? All of this is just absurd. Yes, I do think there's a lot of important things to protest about. Yes, I do think there's a lot of things people should speak up about. But no one, I feel like, is really doing anything about these files, the people related to it, and most importantly, for the children and women that were involved in this. I mean, as a father myself, I would do anything in the world to protect my daughter. Anything in the world. I would die for my daughter, as I hope many parents would. If my daughter, God forbid, ever got into any of these situations, I would die in a second to get justice for my daughter, as I would for any kid. And the fact that no justice is being brought to these people It does not give me faith in this country. It does not give me faith in the world. And I am a proud American. I am a very proud American. I have so much opportunity in this country to do whatever I want. I have the freedom to go do whatever I want. Christ, I went out in one of my buddies' backyards and shot guns. Dude, that's cool. Well, I mean, what other country can you really do that in? You know? But all this stuff, it's just sad to see. And yeah, they can release whatever they want. But until actions and consequences appear from this kind of stuff, what's the point of talking about it? I don't understand. So I'm not saying everyone should get up, riot, and go storm, the Capitol building and all this shit, but I just want justice for people. And most importantly, I want this stuff to not be normalized. I want sick people like Bill Gates to be locked up in jail, in prison, the rest of their life, as they deserve it. I mean, Christ, we got P. Diddy, of all people, locked up in prison, bro. So why can we not get these other people? I don't know. All this shit makes me sick to my stomach, and I hate even talking about it because it is just wild. But anyways, sorry I went on a rant there. I hope anyone watching and listening, I hope you agree with my views. I feel like if you don't, you're probably a sick fuck yourself. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Real quick, I really hope you are doing well. Keep your head up. Please never do anything dumb to yourself or others. There's always more to life. Never give up. Keep your head up. Keep pushing. Things will get better somehow, some way. And I hope I see you guys in the next video, whatever it is. Thank you. Peace.